This is question 1 from last year's past paper, and we're required to plot the function x squared plus 3x minus 4. To do this, the best thing to do is to set out a table like this, where we've got the value of x here and the value of f of x here. Now, being a lazy sort of person, I always go for the easiest numbers. So if you look at this equation here, the easiest value to put in there is x equals 0. And you can see at a glance that the value of the function when x equals 0 is minus 4. Okay, let's take the next easiest number, which is 1. So if we stick 1 in there, that becomes 1. We stick 1 in there, that becomes 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, minus 4. And what do you know, we found one of the roots. So let's now put in the next value, which is 2. 2 squared is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10, minus 4 is 6. And we put the value of 3 in just to be sure. Now, if we look at this, this is increasing all the time. So we know that we've passed a root, and this is just going to go off to infinity. So now we need to look in the other direction. So we'll stick minus 1 in here. Minus 1 squared is 1. 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. So we've got plus 1 minus 3, so that gives us minus 2. And a minus 4 there means we've got a total of minus 6. Okay, we'll now take the next value, which is minus 2. Minus 2 squared is 4, which will cancel with that. And 3 times minus 2 is minus 6, so we've got that value there. Now this is important because these values are the same, which means that between them is the axis of symmetry of this curve. So the next value, minus 3, is going to be easy because it's exactly the same as that. Just to convince you, I'll calculate it. So minus 3 squared is 9. 3 times minus 3 is minus 9, so that means 9 and minus 9 is 0, so the value is minus 4, which is exactly what we expected, like that. And in the same way, if we put in the value for minus 4, it's going to be the same as the value over here because of symmetry about this point here. So finally we'll stick in the last value, which is minus 5 and 6, and we can now plot that curve. That was quick, wasn't it? And there we go. So at minus 4 we've got a root, and at 1 we've got a root, which is there. And then finally the question says determine the range of values, the range of x for which the function is positive. Well, it's positive everywhere up there and positive everywhere up there. So that means it's positive when x is less than 4 and when x is greater than 1. Okay, so when x is less than 4 and when x is greater than 1. And if we wanted to write that in a sort of mathematical way, we'd write it like this. So the function of x is greater than 0, that's to say positive, when x is less than minus 4 and x is greater than plus 1.